What's up, guys? Whoa. What? Why? Okay, that didn't change. Basically, what I wanted, I don't know why the fuck it's broken right now. Or why her head is cut off. I mean, she deserves her head cut off, but. Anyways, the point is pay attention. She's reading from a script. They changed up the game to try to trick people into believing that she's just talking. But no one talks like she is. And the same thing is done with Trump, basically. He is reading a script, he isn't talking. You can tell when they go from script to speech, basically. And that's kind of the idea today. Is I'm gonna play the video. I point things out because they're putting shit out too, but I'm gonna point out more as I do because I'm 10 times better than everybody, and everything you will ever encounter is sub to me because I'm the best. Anyways, yeah.
Gulf of America.
The gentlelady from Georgia is right about one thing. Democrats are outraged.
The Gulf countries and is also all the time.
Yeah.
Democrats aren't afraid to rename anything. They've been renaming military bases because they hate our history and hate our heritage. This is also the same Democrat Party that cheered when their ground troops, Antifa, and radical rioters.
Also, notice the way she talks radical. What did you say?
When their ground troops, Antifa, and radical rioters went throughout America.
Things like radical rioters. Like she's intentionally trying to intensify her speech, and they control the media on the right. That's why the right's so fired up and so mad and whatever. It's because everything he's about to say, they cut out except for the parts that make him look bad. And the problem is the right is so stupid they believe it. And not that they're like not intelligent as far or not educated rather, but they're not intelligent enough to know like that there's more basically, because that's what intelligence is to know there's always more. In my last video, if you watch it, you open that door and you see fucking miles of rope and you're like, fuck, I thought I was done. But the climb, there's no number one slot when it comes to intelligence. It's just always, and eventually it'll wrap back around where shit like The Rock will be the shit, and he is number one. And lack of intelligence, because like, oh, I'm a man with a 10-foot penis, and it has its girth is like 40,000 inches, and whatever, and that becomes the meta, and that becomes the thing you strive for, and you become. You want to be the shit, and it's not about math, it's not about knowledge, it's not about information. But the problem is, now you're allowing the tricksters to get by because The Rock, as great as he is, probably not that smart. Example with The Rock. Back off. Calm your tits, bitch. Alright? So the point is, you may be able to kick my ass, but chances are you pay more taxes than I do. You know what I'm saying? Metaphorically speaking, of course, and that's basically what the right is doing, basically. And the left doesn't have that, but the problem is the left doesn't have balls, basically. And that's the problem. Is the balls are beating the Republicans are beating Democrats when it comes to balls, but the problem is MAGA's beating the balls through trickery, and the issue is that the MAGA trickery doesn't work versus the intelligent, and that's kind of what we're seeing is this triangle play out. You see this kind of shit. I seen something a long time ago. Basically, I think it was what were they called? Those things with 8 arms, octopus. Basically, like there's like some form of octopus where they fake what they are. They fake being a male, and they pretend to be a female, and the females are gathered in a group in a cluster, basically. And so the men are busy fighting one another, basically, to prove that I'm more manly than he is, so that I have a right to mate with the females. Meanwhile, this this male that's a beta cuck tricked the males into thinking he's a female and snuck into the female area and is mating with the females, and that's kind of what's going on in America. In the government, politics, and in the world, like if you look at gyms, there's oh shut up Becky, you're so stupid. Behind closed doors, just fucking your daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on in the world. So yeah.
American cities and tore down statues like Lincoln and Washington.
And again, she's just a puppet. She's a fall guy. She's just, you cut her off. She goes away. They bring in a new Marjorie Taylor Greene, and the problem continues. And the reason why is because that Trojan horse, much like Trump for America, it was replaced. It doesn't matter who, what, where, when, or why. And that probably started with Bush Jr., basically. And I say Bush Jr. because I am young. I'm only like 30 years old, right? So the problem is, or was basically, is that was the beginning of bot presidents. And now we have Trump, who is so sold out that it's fucking public common knowledge, but society has fallen so far that it's okay.
The Democrat Party doesn't want to preserve America's rich history or promote pride in our country,
Look, it's all bullshit speech.
our lands, our people, our businesses.
No one said that.
And yes, our waters, the Gulf of America.
It's not related at all. Like, understand, again, she's trying to force her way, but understand that works because, again, Democrats don't have balls, basically. Look at the top of his head. He has no hair, right? Because he has no balls, no testosterone. The thing is, I have hair and I have knowledge and I have bravado as well. You know what I'm saying? I am the shit.
The gentlelady from Georgia is right about one thing. Democrats are outraged because as this president is crashing the global economy, careening us into recession, destroying retirement plans and 401ks, driving up costs for American families on everything from cars to eggs to now us being told we may have to ration toys and dolls this Christmas. As all of that is happening, he's using Congress's Article 1 Trade and Commerce Authority to do it. And what do you hear from Republicans across the aisle about this thing that is wrecking the lives of so many American families? Nothing, worse than nothing. They've tied their own hands with a gimmicky bill that they passed to create a false legislative day that never ends so that they can't even invoke Congress's Article 1 trade authority and put some sensible sideboards on this trade and tariff policy. It is madness. So the gentlelady's right.
I want to know more about this day that never ends.
We are outraged.
I rise in support of H.R. 276, sponsored by Congresswoman Greene of Georgia. Throughout the history of the United States, the executive branch has renamed our public lands and waters. This legislation codifies a portion of President Trump's Executive Order 14172, which directed the Board on Geographic Names to rename the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. President Trump signed this executive order on his first day in office. Enacting this legislation will help make President Trump's historic action permanent
Alright. Sorry about that. IRL stuff. I was being too loud. That's fine.
And ensure consistency in references to laws, maps, regulations, and records of the United States. The Gulf of America is critical to the United States because of its energy resources and ecological significance. This renaming symbolizes Republicans' commitment to putting America first and honors the Gulf of America's important role in unleashing American energy and our nation.
Reading a script, like there's no emotion, no attachment, nothing. He's just a dude who is standing there to enable somebody else. That's what he was hired for. That's what he was elected for. That's what they were tricked for, and all that shit.
Nation's return to greatness.
Oh shit, my computer's running low on storage. Shit. Alright, but hopefully you guys get the idea. But anyways, yeah, that's it for now. Sadly. Let's see before I go if there's anything else. It looks like they're just talking. But notice the key difference in details, the way they speak, the way they talk, the things they say. They're tricking you. And they're mating with your females, and that's ruining society because there's nothing left. And you should have been fucking people like me the whole time, but instead you're being tricked and you're fucking the fake the squid that's pretending to be a girl. That's the man you've been tricked into dating. And when it comes time to be married, oh, I'm just a girl, just and you're like, what the fuck, you know? So there you go. Be well, be happy, be safe. I'm running out of space. I gotta go. So take it easy. Have a good one. And peace.